Welcome to the Four Listeners Program. Welcome aboard, everybody. Thanks for checking us out this week. What up, everybody? I'm Spear, and on the mics with me this week is the Z-Man. What is up, Z?
I like to eat apples and bananas.
Excellent.
I like to eat
What?
apples and bananas.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
I thought it was opals and bononos.
Opals.
Well, no, you have to switch it every time. You change the vowel to A-E-I-O. That would be the O vowel. But he is correct.
Okay. All right. Well, there it is. There's the mighty Ganthor right over there. How you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
I am super. Thanks for asking.
Are you sure you're super? Or are you a little bit?
No, I'm
little bit.
What?
No,
what?
Trending upwards, but not maybe super positive.
I'm always trending upwards. Always.
Okay, there you go.
Always. I'll tell you what's trending upwards. Is the new iPhone 7.
Hold on, wait.
What?
Don't go into that yet.
Why not?
I want to bitch.
What are you bitching about?
I want to bitch about you fuckers choosing a topic when I'm off that I want to talk about.
That's what you get for going to a baseball game on Tuesday.
I go to a fucking baseball game. I go do the sports thing that you guys always do. You're supposed to be talking about sports.
There are no sports to talk about.
You did a bathroom show without me, okay?
Yeah, but this bathroom is what I do.
Bathrooms is what I do.
I have a lot of things to say about the bathrooms. And the craziest thing about this is I listened to the show this evening on my way home from work. I had a conversation this afternoon before I heard the show, before I heard the topic, before I had anything about the exact same thing that you guys were talking about. I actually made a comment to the guy in the bathroom because neither of us could get the damn paper towel dispenser to work.
See? It's everywhere.
We're both fucking like waving our arms like crazy people. Trying to get the stupid thing to work. And I'm like, do you remember that time back when you just used to fucking hit the crank and a piece of paper would come out?
That's right.
So, very timely.
Very timely. Well, there you go. See, it happens to everybody. It even happens to you. Happens to everybody. Can I talk about my show now? Can I get
show?
Can I get into my topic? Can I get into my topic now?
It can be your topic. It's not your show.
It's my topic. Get into my topic. See, got me so flustered now I can't even do my thing.
Go ahead.
Thank you. This week, something must be done about, I'm going to say Apple.
What's wrong with Apple?
Well, okay, so just recently, a few weeks ago, Apple had this huge, big press conference, as they do, to announce the new iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus. Big to-do, big press gathering with all of the trimmings. The guy from Nintendo came out and announced Super Mario Run.
By the way, we predicted.
Yes, we did. We did predict that Nintendo needed to go mobile. That's right. The iPhone 7, with great fanfare, was announced with its water resistance and its new camera with a broader aperture. It comes in new colors.
Black.
Oh, right. Not just black, but piano black.
No,
right?
It's jet black.
Well, wasn't the new one piano black? Doesn't matter. The point is this. What the hell did you need a press conference for?
Dude, they do that every year.
Why do you have to do it every year?
Because they're Apple. It's an annual event.
But why? Why is it an annual event? Why does it need to be done with such fanfare? It's not... Having that press conference isn't going to get people to buy an iPhone.
Well,
people want to know by evidenced by the number of people who go and the number of people who watch and how big of a splash it makes on the interwebs.
The people that go because it's a junket. They go because they're paid to go. It was all the press.
No, they're not. I'm pretty sure it costs money to go.
The people, then fine. Then Apple's making money on bringing people to do a press conference. It's ridiculous. The press is going to cover it whether they do a big press conference or they just release a YouTube video or a press release. My point is that it was iterative. It didn't need to have a press conference because every time Apple farts out a new iPhone, it's got to be a great big to do. And it's not just Apple, by the way. My problem with this isn't just with Apple, it's with technology in general. Samsung does the same thing now. They trot out the whole goddamn thing to bring out the new Galaxy line. And it's ridiculous. Steve Jobs is somewhere rolling over in his grave. Because they used to have...
He invented this thing.
Yeah, I know, but now it's a parody of itself. It's a parody of itself.
It used to be a big thing, and it used to warrant a press conference. But now that the new features, what's the new feature? I got a new color, I got a new camera. There's nothing.
It's waterproof.
It's water resistant.
Water resistant, which, by the way, isn't a new thing.
It meets IP whatever 67.
So did my Samsung Galaxy 5 2 years ago.
So
there was nothing revolutionary about
iPhone.
it. There was nothing revolutionary about it. When Steve Jobs was doing this back in the day, there was always that one more thing, and then he would just roll something out that would knock your socks off. Whether it was,
I'm with you there. They haven't had one of those in a while.
Right. That's my point. You could
And
have.
the security on it, all this shit has been called like months ago. Every single piece of thing that they announced
That's the
was,
other
was
thing.
already released.
That's the other
We
thing.
knew that there was no headphone jack. We knew it was going to be water resistant. We knew it's going to have more integration with Siri and more integration with the health apps.
So what's the big to do?
The cordless headset is going to be the new big thing.
So hold on to that just for 1 second, because I'll get into that in a minute. But there's nothing there. When Steve Jobs was doing this, it was an absolute event, and I agree with Z, because there was always something that Steve and Apple were releasing that you went, oh holy shit, nobody's ever done that before. When they
when they showed Xfinity Blade, is that what the game was called?
Infinity
The one was
Blade.
like Infinity Blade, the one that was like fucking running on the Quake 3 engine or Quake 4 engine or whatever the hell it was, and you saw that running on your phone, you were like, oh shit. But then they realized it was like a toaster oven in your phone, and it was going to burn you from playing it for more than 20 minutes.
Yeah. But the fact that the phones were technologically capable of doing that was a big deal. I mean, you were walking around with a supercomputer in your pocket. When they came out with Siri, when they rolled Siri out for the first time, everyone went, holy shit. Because it was something that nobody else had done before. And every time
nobody uses.
And well, all I'm saying is that there is no good reason for these big giant technology press conferences like the Apple one. It's an iterative release of a device.
Right. I used to put on my calendar when there was a release coming out, and I would actually watch the simulcast on like Gizmodo or something. Like I would be that excited to hear what the next thing is and what the next thing is. But yeah, you're right. I mean, since Steve Jobs has died, there's no point. There's no surprise anymore. There's no mystery anymore. It's just like, all right, it's that time.
Yeah.
I mean, could they have done what they tried to what they accomplished with the big press conference with, say, a YouTube video, right?
I don't think they need that. They had a video out the other day I saw, and I was just like, all right, cool, new camera, we're great.
Right, new camera, new colors, the antenna's in a different place.
I agree with you there. See, I starting to get me angry now, not at you, but at the situation, because I used to really look forward to those surprising things that you weren't expecting. And yeah, ever since Jobs died, that hasn't happened. So now I'm getting worked up about it because that's what I miss. The 6 was pretty cool with the larger screen sizes and all that stuff, and the
processing power in it was
battery.
Insane.
Yeah, all that stuff was great. The 7 is, yeah, you're right. I'm coming along, Spear. You're swaying me to your position.
That is a rare occurrence.
Not through any oratory powers on your part,
wow.
just because.
There you go. But do it when you actually have something new to do. And frankly, I don't think you need to release a new iPhone every year, because it's been proven that iOS can run on devices going as far back as the iPhone 5 and iPhone 4S.
No, that's not true. If you cannot put iOS 10 on iPhone 5 or 5C, and you probably shouldn't do it on 5S.
But you can still run iOS 9, which means that you can run the large majority of all of the apps that are in the App Store.
Agreed. Yeah, you don't need to upgrade I'm not upgrading to 10 until they come out with at least another release or two.
Right. So you don't need to get the latest and greatest iPhone. Yet everyone does it because it's available. Right? If Apple farts out a new iPhone, people are going to go, "Oh my god," and they're going to go buy it. Same for the Samsung phones. I'm not doing this just for Apple. Anytime there's a new technology release, whether it's Apple or Samsung or LG or Motorola or whomever, right? People go running out to get the latest and greatest thing, and you don't need to, because it's been proven over and over again that 2 years ago, whatever technology that you bought still works.
I don't think everyone does it anymore. I think it's definitely a lot less now. I have a friend who I was talking to her yesterday. I was making fun of her because she's still using an iPhone 4. I was like, how do you even see anything on that screen? It's so little.
That's because you're used to a bigger screen. But for people who haven't upgraded their technology and they're holding on to whatever they got, that's what they know. And it still fucking works.
Still has phone on it, right? The phone app?
Phone, text, Facebook. It's got all the shit that people use, and it still works.
But the difference is we, the three of us, we're tech geeks, right? So we always want the newest, latest, and greatest. And what's cooler than the newest and latest and greatest phone?
Yeah, see, I don't know if I agree with you on that. I mean, because the technology hasn't evolved to the point where it's like, I need that technology, right? I had water resistance and a fingerprint scanner and all that other shit on my phone 2 years ago. There's nothing, and my phone from 2 years ago has the same aperture on it for the camera that Apple just released. So it's not like the phone that Apple just released has a technology advancement that's enough for me to say, holy shit, I have to go get this thing.
Right. Again, it's, when the 3 came out and the 4 came out, it was that big of a leap that you had to go get it. I agree. The 5 and the 6, not that big of a deal. The 6 and 7, I don't even think there is a difference.
No,
And I don't know shit about Galaxy. So
it's an iterative device, right? It is built so that your technology becomes disposable year to year. And I touched on this a few episodes ago, and I don't remember exactly why, but that was the point that I was making, was that technology now has become disposable to the point where we're conditioned to have to go and get a new device every 1 to 2 years. And we got conditioned with that with the new every 2 and everything, with the carriers that were doing that kind of shit. We were conditioned to go get new phones every 2 years.
And that was the contract length too, for all the contracts that you got with the carrier.
Right.
They intentionally did it that way.
Right. But wouldn't it make more sense for a technology company like Apple, who made their bones on innovation? And let's be fair to Apple. Over the course of their entire existence, they have done some really neat shit, and they've pushed technology pretty far, even over the course of the last 10 to 15 years. Why not let them go into their labs, come out every 2 years, every 3 years with a new iPhone and say, look at what we were able to do?
Yeah, because investors wouldn't be cool with that.
It would sell like crazy. It would sell like crazy.
Well, they're selling like crazy right now. They're all sold out. That was the best part about this announcement, is like you got those fucking douchebags waiting in line at the Apple store for a week before the release date, so they can get in line and make sure that they're first to get their new iPhone, and they had none in stores.
Well, even those lines are shorter now.
0 in stores. These douchebags sitting out there for a fucking week, and they didn't get nothing. Or they went in there and they didn't have the one they wanted, so they left with nothing. That was what I think the stories were.
That's funny.
But
They
even
didn't have, like,
the line of douchebags now is much shorter.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And
It
iPhone-
used to be an all day affair. You get there at 6 a.m. and you wait in line all day.
Right, you get tickets, and there'd be street vendors and street artists and all kinds of other stuff. It would be a media event. There would be media covering the line. But that kind of thing doesn't exist anymore, and that's kind of my point. Here's the other thing that bothers me about Apple right now. Apple did away with the 3.5mm headphone jack on the iPhone and replaced it with the Lightning port. Right now, the Lightning port becomes.
Well, they didn't replace it. That's been there.
Well, right, but now everything will go through the Lightning port. Now, look. Apple has a history with calling the ball early on technologies that are going out the door, right? At some point, Apple turned around and said, no more floppy disks in our computers, and there was a lot of hand waving and whatever else. Oh my God, how are we gonna, what are we gonna use? So like, you use your CD-ROM drive. Don't worry about it.
And they took the CD-ROM drive away.
And then like, oh my God, what are we gonna do with our CD-ROM drive? Don't worry, you're gonna download stuff from the internet. You'll be fine. Right? Oh, we're not going to support Flash. Oh my God, how are we going to watch videos? You'll have HTML5. You'll be fine. Right?
How could you forget USB, dude?
So USB, same thing, right? Oh, what are we going to do without USB? It's a universal thing. No, you'll be fine. We have the Lightning and everything else. You'll be fine.
No. I meant the introduction of USB.
Oh, the introduction of USB. All right, well that's fine.
Jesus, God damn.
They have done a really good job of calling the ball on all of these different technology things. I think they finally borked it.
Nah, I think they got this.
You really do?
Yeah, I'm with you. Because wires suck, dude.
Wires suck.
Yeah.
What? People have been using headphones in the 3.5mm jack since the days of the transistor radio.
Yeah, and they suck for that. It's terrible. It's a terrible experience. That's what I'm saying.
It's not terrible,
That's
but
I think it's terrible.
When was the last time you were really inconvenienced by the wires on your headphones?
When I was outside doing yard work and I had to run them inside my shirt around my back because they kept getting caught on the tools and branches and everything that I was dealing with.
I got mine caught on a chair the other day and it ripped the thing right on my ear and it hurt real bad.
See? Wires suck for headphones, dude.
Wires suck for headphones. You are the only person, I've done a little bit of a straw poll here, you're the only person who's turned around and said wires suck. Everyone else has basically shrugged their shoulders and like, I don't mind wires.
Yeah, but it's what you know, right? So they're all saying, hey, it's fine, it's not the best, but it's not horrible either.
They probably rarely use headphones anyway.
So the other interesting thing about the
Did
wires...
you study control for that, Spear?
Did I study...
Oh, no, it didn't. It did control for confounding.
All I did is I said I did a straw poll. I didn't use a scientific fucking method, okay?
No, the thing I'm pissed about with the whole jack removal is that they say they're doing it to reduce the size of the phone. This phone is exactly the same size, thickness.
Yeah,
it's like a fraction of a millimeter thinner.
But they were able to include more functionality that otherwise would have made the phone bigger.
Is that how they got the second camera in?
And the haptic home button.
The second camera is only in the big phone. It's in the Plus. They took the jack out of both phones.
I thought
I
it was
think
supposed to
they
be-
should have done a better job on the adapter that they included for free. It should allow charging and the old plug at the same time.
Well, that's the
The
thing.
fact that they did, that's stupid.
That's
It is.
stupid.
Well, they did it that way because they wanted to make it real small, and they wanted to make it super cheap so they can actually afford to include one in every
Yeah,
phone.
but it's still. I mean, for kicking the thing on, it could be a loss leader, whatever you want to call it. They should have consulted with 4 listeners, and we would have told them that's stupid. Ship it with the thing that charges as well, but they didn't consult with us, and look what happened.
I think that what they would have been better off doing was introducing the hands-free or the new headphones and keep the jack for one release. Get people hooked on these things and see how awesome they are. And then if they pull it out later, they'd be like, no one would give a fuck.
Yeah, maybe that might have been a good way to do it as well.
Where do you
So
guys?
we could have given them options. That's why we could charge so much for what we do.
That's right.
Give
That's
them
right.
options.
That's right. Where do you guys come down on the Apple wireless earbuds?
So they, in theory, are cool. They look silly, but so did the white headphones when they came out, right? The white buds. You always saw people with the iPhones on them, and you're like, oh, those look so stupid. But then they became the norm.
Well, they were a status symbol at one point because
Right.
nobody ever had white cables.
Right.
Now everybody does, but
And so I think they're going to be cool. I just see you losing them.
Yep.
The box is cool that the box is the charger. It's cool that they're magnetic, so they snap right in. I saw a lot of videos where they're testing them out and they're running with them and doing all kinds of crazy shit, and it works really well. They don't fall out. They look like they fit well. I don't know how it works with people's small ear canals, but I think you're going to look like a tool when you're talking on it, much like people with Bluetooths do. You're going to get people who are just going to walk around those things in all day, which is also going to look stupid.
I think you're going to look like a tool walking around talking to yourself anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
And I think, yes,
But at
you are
least-
going to look like a tool walking around with them in your ears at all times.
Right. At least with the wire, people kind of, all right, you're talking on the phone, whatever. I don't know. I'm willing to wait and see and give it a try myself. I think they're super fucking pricey. I don't remember what the price point is on it. Was it $80?
They're $160.
160. So when I lose them, it's going to be $160, and I can't go back to just fucking plugging in because I'm going to lose that adapter too.
Right. The dongle. The dongle. And by the way, I am thrilled to live in a world where now dongle becomes a big part of everyone's vocabulary.
Dongle was a huge part of everyone's vocabulary when wireless first came out.
Yeah, but
You know,
that was amongst the
yeah.
tech. That was amongst the tech crowd. Now grandma's going to have to use the word dongle.
That's my water polo team's name. It's called Squirtle's Dongle.
Oh my god.
I thought that was a funny word.
All right, Ganthor, where do you come down on the wireless earbuds?
I think if they were going to go for something like that, they should have gone whole hog and came up with a different form factor instead of just literally lopping the wire off, and then that's what they made it into.
The technology that they're including in the buds are pretty cool though, because like the microphone's built in. Is it touch sensor to change the volume and all that, or is it like?
I think it's like the touch sensitive, like the home button is now, with the
it's kinda
fingerprint
like
reader.
kinda
I think.
you kind of just like swipe across it, gesture.
I think
or,
so.
And like if you take them out of your ear, it knows and automatically pauses your music.
Well, no, the one will keep playing, but if you take both out, it'll pause.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. See, they put a lot of thought into it, but then they half-assed it on the form factor.
What are they going to change the form factor? They got a hole in your head. You got to put something in it.
No, I know that, but they don't like the stick that's dangling off the end. They could have done something different. That's what
But
I'm
that's to
saying.
get the microphone closer to your mouth, right?
Yeah, but it probably does. I doubt an inch makes that much of a difference.
Probably does.
Size matters. An inch will make a big difference.
Yeah.
Size matters.
Says who? Says who?
Your mom.
Would you rather they have gone with the jawbone approach of taking vibrations through your skull?
No.
Those microphones are pretty awesome, but I'm just saying, I think they could have come up with something different that looks better, that works just as well.
I bet you if Steve Jobs was around, he would have said "fuck you" on that.
I
He
believe
probably
so
would
too.
have,
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe so too.
There's nobody to tell those guys no or to tell them that your idea is stupid and to work harder.
Right.
Tim Cook's not going to do that.
No.
Nobody
Tim Cook-
else is going to do that.
No, Tim
I
Cook's
would
not.
do that, but none of those chumps would.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
I think they borked it. I think the earbuds are ridiculous.
Is this your excuse to not buy an iPhone on
No,
Verizon?
it's not an excuse. All right, I just think that.
So you're going to buy an iPhone on Verizon?
No, I'm not buying an iPhone on Verizon.
Oh.
I think the earbuds are ridiculous. I think I agree with Z. I think people start to lose them. I think that the idea that wires are a problem, that argument doesn't work because people are now selling wires for your wireless earbuds.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is the best thing ever." So they tether them together, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are selling wires now for wireless earbuds.
It's so funny.
It's ridiculous, right? I mean, this is the one thing that I think Apple finally screwed the pooch on. Is the lightning port, the removal of the 3.5 millimeter jack, and the wireless earbuds. I mean, the dongles notwithstanding. You know what the funny part is? Is that they bought Beats, and Beats has
what happened to Beats? That tanked.
Beats has headphones with wires. It's like.
But the thing is, the Beats music service and the Beats headphones, like I haven't heard shit about them anymore. It's kind of like they bought them and they're like, I don't know what to do with this. And
yeah.
Dude, you can still use headphones with wires provided you have the right cable. It's not a big deal.
You have to get the adapter. You have to get the dongle for it.
So
the dongle comes with the iPhone 7.
Or you can get new headphones that have the lightning cable built into it.
Sure. But how many people are manufacturing those yet? And how many people have all these headphones that are laying around their houses that have the 3.5 millimeter jack?
And the dongle will work for them. Jesus, why are you so butthurt about
this? Because they'll lose the dongle.
Then they can buy a new one for $9.
Which is like the only thing at the Apple store that you can buy for under 20.
Right. I mean, isn't it a little ridiculous that Apple's holding you hostage so that you can't use the stuff that you have?
No.
Because they made a decision to move on to something.
Because they made a solution that works.
Because they made a solution that works for them.
That technically works for everybody. You plug the thing in.
Well, they at least they licensed the technology of whatever they're using for the transmission so that other people can create headphones that are compatible.
Right, they licensed it, so now everyone's got to pay Apple if they want to sell something that's compatible with their devices. In the meantime, the world goes on selling headphones with the 3.5 millimeter jack. Now you have to have two headphones. You have to have one for your iPhone and one for every other goddamn thing in the world.
It's going to be amazing is when Spear buys them and he uses them. He's going to do it. He's going to do it in secret. He's never going to let anyone see them, but he's going to be fucking rocking out with them.
No, it'll be 30 years from now. Spear won't use them, even though that's the only thing that people ever make, just because he's so stubborn.
That's right. I'm going to stick with my wired headphone, and I'm going to stockpile dongles so that every time I lose one, I just pull another one out. That's it.
You sound like your mom.
Pull out dongles.
Stockpiling dongles.
Stockpiling dongles. You're ridiculous. This is why I hate the word dongle. This is it, right there.
You've been saying it an awful lot. You first mentioned it.
That was it. That joke
I wasn't
right there.
even going to use the word.
Yes, but you were going to make that mom joke. You were just holding. You were just waiting for the right time for
it. No, it wasn't. My mom jokes are spontaneous, dude.
You know what's even better than a dongle?
What?
A moist dongle.
Oh, my God. So what did we learn? What did we learn about Apple, about iterative technology, about the stupid earbuds? What did we learn, Z-Man?
That Spear will someday succumb to the power of the Apple.
Not true. Patently untrue. Ganthor, what did you learn?
Spear loves secret sauce.
I do. I love a little secret sauce. A little bit. Especially when it comes from your mom. Dead space. Dead air. That's it. That's what I got there. Nothing.
I'm thoroughly disgusted.
Oh, God. What did I learn? A, I still cannot make a mom joke. B, I think the Apple earbuds are a tired, ridiculous joke. And I don't think they need a goddamn press conference. And I think Ganthor agrees with me. So agreeing with me on one out of two things is not so bad.
Ganthor, don't let it go to your head, buddy.
Yeah, here we go. All right. So if you think the earbuds are goofy, why don't you let us know on the Facebook page, facebook.com/4listeners or 4listeners.com. You can check out the show on Stitcher Radio, on iTunes, and on Google Play. Just search for 4Listeners and we'll pop right on up. And you can tweet at us on the Twitters at 4Listeners. We thank you for checking us out this week, and we hope that you will check us out again next week. Thanks a bunch, everybody.
I like to ape apples and bananas.
No, that's what I had. Do you guys have anything else about Apple or the iPhone or anything else that came out? That was my thing. I got my thing. I did my thing.
Nope.
Do you have anything over there, Z-Man? Z-Man's thinking.
He got booted off the internet for saying what he said. He knew he shouldn't have done that.
Apple booted him? Apple booted him off the internet?
Yep.
Why am I still going? You want to know why? I want a wired connection.
No, he said the M word.
What'd he say?
Moist.
Oh, moist.
You know we all hate that word.
Yeah, we do.